So the patriarch system is really, it's at the root of the problem. It is. They'll tell you it's Islamic, and it is in that. I mean, it is. It's all of them. It doesn't matter what skin color. There's this, and it's not all men, but it's a ton of them. And so, this is what you should know about this, because it's all about men have had privilege, and women having rights is an existential threat to them. I know it's crazy, isn't it? And I had mentioned in my last video William Buckley, who created a youth movement on the campuses back in the 69 or something. And he's considered the saint of conservative party. Yeah, and he was married to a woman, doesn't look like a woman, but she was 6'5". Yeah. No, that's when I was looking into this. I'm like, they'll go to this extent on both sides. So that's what the transgender stuff is about. Especially when it's a male transgendering to a female. Goes back to Rome. Always does. So power systems adapt rather than vanish. They reinscribe themselves in new relational forms. Throughout history, patriarchal systems have shown a remarkable ability to evolve without losing their underlying structure of male power and control. Classic antiquity, in ancient Greece and Rome, male citizens dominated politics, property, and philosophy. Even relationships between men, such as aristocrat mentorships or pederasty, often mirrored patriarchal codes. One partner held the active dominant role while the other occupied a passive feminine role. The women in the union was it says the women in the union was not female by sex, but by symbolic position within a hierarchy. You understand? The church reinforced a paternal order under God the Father, Christ the bridegroom, and a feminized church or soul as the bride. Here again, a masculine male institution as the bride. Here again, a masculine male institution, the clergy, performed both roles. The ruling father, the obedient bride to Christ. This kept the patriarchy structure self-contained. Modernity and marriage, the Enlightenment and industrialization reframed power, but didn't abolish it. Women gained symbolic moral authority, angels of the house, yet were denied agency. Even feminist gains were often absorbed into new hierarchies, treating women's emancipation as complementary to male leadership. Each stage shows patriarchy morphing, not disappearing. Hierarchy remains, only its costume changes. So as long as it's a male, they'll put on a dress or they'll go fully transgender, but it's all about keeping that still going and men keeping their dominant. Oh, it's just sick. Modern theorists have described this dynamic with precision. The theory of performativity argues gender is an ongoing performance that sustains social norms. In a patriarchy, even if biological men and women switch appearances or roles, the system persists as long as someone enacts masculine dominance and someone else feminine. Masculine domination describes patriarchy as an embodied habit, socialized behavior carried on through the hierarchy into every interaction. Even progressive movements can replicate it unconsciously. Catherine McKenna emphasized that patriarch structures desire itself who is subject and who is object. Thus, even same-sex or egalitarian relationships can mirror patriarchal binaries if not consciously deconstructed. The power system you're describing thrives by simulation. Patriarch doesn't need literal women to survive. Doesn't need biological women. It only needs a feminized position. One man wearing the symbolic garments of womanhood, obedience, emotional labor, submission, ensures that the dominant order continues intact. The power system, in Christian theology, the church is traditionally described as the bride of Christ. This metaphor feminizes the institution itself. It is to submit, obey, and receive from Christ, the eternally masculine bridegroom. Yet in real practice, the church is governed almost entirely by men who collectively perform both parts. They represent the feminine church before God and at the same time exercise paternal authority over believers. This creates a closed patriarchal circuit. Men symbolically marry themselves. They enact obedience, the feminine role, toward a transcendent male figure. But in earthly structures, priesthood, hierarchy, teaching, they reassert male dominance. So patriarchy maintains itself religiously by turning submission into a masculine virtue while excluding biological women from leadership. So do you see how this is a problem on both sides? This is what the war is. This isn't about, I'm for the nuclear, I'm for, the traditional family. But this is people, they don't care about biology. They want, it's this same problem. Jesus came to fix their minds, and they want to be God. They want to be all the roles. This is why women during the Roman Empire, they were just not, it's like they were just a baby factory for them. That's what Charlie Kirk wanted. So when you see these women, like his wife, you better look closer at their physique. Because if they're really biological women, then you need to question why, I guess. Because God didn't give any of this. He did not give man masculine. Men created it themselves. And they have continued to want to be God. In the church, everywhere. I'm for like the real male, female. But what you have to understand about the patriarch system is they don't care if you're a biological female. This is getting in the ring and men pretending they're women and beating up women, in a cage fight or whatever, okay? This is literally to go after women because they keep the curse going. They've always been the curse, and they don't want to let God rule. Modern political theology borrows from the patriarchal family. The founding fathers, the fatherhead, and the paternal state all carry this gendered symbolism. Power presents itself as protective, rational, and disciplinary, traditionally masculine traits, while citizens are cast as dependents, emotional or irrational, needing governance and care. The problem is with this, and I could go on and on. I'll do another video to go on. The problem is that I don't think the other side helps. Like women that then go to crazy town with this isn't the answer. The only answer to fix this is God, because they're sick. Their minds are sick. Everybody's mind is sick until you know God. Only God can shatter the stone of heart and heal the mind. The patriarch system, at least this sickness that it's gone to on both sides, is a result of man continuing to want to be God instead of letting God rule.